Yeah, man, that was one of them things that kind of slipped past me. I keep hearing about it. I haven't watched the story yet, but I'm just trying to understand how do you have something that big going under a bridge that obviously it was too big to try and to make a move on.
Well, from what I understand from researching the topic today, everything is computerized nowadays, and
Okay.
including big ass container ships. I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? But yeah, apparently the computers weren't talking or something. This tanker goes there, goes through there all the time, and big ships. And there's actually a couple that are supposed to be docking within the next few days. So they're trying to figure out, how they're going to make that happen. But yeah, apparently somewhere the computers went haywire, and that's what we're hearing right now. They didn't do what they were supposed to do, basically.
And nobody bothered to check the computers and make sure that the situation was going to work out properly. Obviously not.
Man.
You got 6 people in the water. You got all kind of destruction. We already got bridge infrastructure problems as it is. Now you got a major thoroughfare in Baltimore totally disabled because of some computer error. That don't make it no better though. That don't make it right.
Yeah, man. I've always had a thing with bridges. I mean, I'm not scared to go over them, but even when I go over the St. Thomas Bridge and right here in San Pedro, I'm like a little bit, even when those big trucks pass by, I'm like, ooh.
Look, as a kid, I've always been leery about bridges, dude. Even the Vincent Thomas Bridge, and when you go into Long Beach, just at some point, depending on where you are, you got 2 bridges across, okay? And boy, that's a very, I don't know. You realize how high you are, how high up you are. You realize it's suspended, and it's only maybe 6-7 minutes of actual travel. A long 6 minutes though, Doc.
Yeah, that's true, man. Well, our thoughts and our good vibes are going out there to everybody in Baltimore who experienced this or has anyone that was affected by this. But let's jump into. Well, go ahead.
This bridge is over a mile long, though. Yeah, that's a nice sized bridge. That ain't no joke. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's a big bridge. That's scary, bro. But yeah, the biggest story, I guess, in hip hop, in music, is our man P. Diddy. And I say our man P. Diddy, obviously in satire, but Diddy is in another country right now. He's, I think, in Antigua as of last check by TMZ, after his Los Angeles and his Miami homes were raided by the feds. Talk to me, Lonzo.
You know what, man? The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Number one. I was reading the post earlier. 50 Cent said something I totally agree with. And when the feds come knocking on your door, they already got a case. Then the feds come knocking, it's pretty much a done deal. They have like a 98, 95%. Well, I don't know what their percentage. I know it's high. They have a very high percentage of conviction. So the feds come knocking. They start spending federal money, start investigating. Yeah, Negro, you better start getting your affairs in order. Okay. And next thing, it was a few things that kind of confused me on this situation right here. I know he has some issues with some youngsters. He's had some issues with some women. His his rainbow allegations. I'm trying to figure out if everything is okay, and if he wants to walk on that side of the street, what the problem at? Okay, I'm trying to figure out what the problem is. If everybody allegedly says he walks on a different side of the street, and walking on that side of the street is okay by the world's opinion, what's the problem with him walking on that side of the street? But the girl's problem, the youngster's problem, that crossing on the other side. I'm just trying to understand where the issue is. If everything is okay, is it a hip hop thing, or is it a personal thing, or why is it such a taboo situation when it's so accepted worldwide? Help me understand. Anybody?
Now, I guess what people are pointing to is the fact that he was allegedly, got to say allegedly, because Puffy has long money. He was allegedly drugging and graping. We'll say that so we don't get hit by YouTube. He was drugging and graping people, including minors. This is all alleged, obviously. So that's where the sticky situation is. That's why the feds went in with the hammer.
That's some Epstein type stuff, allegedly. There's a problem here, Doc. And when I looked up and I saw the feds in LA and Miami simultaneously, but nobody bothered to check the plane. He's in Antigua, Antigua, watching it on the news. Yeah, he's in Antigua watching it on the news. And according to my understanding, Antigua has no extradition agreement with America. So that means he can post him over there and watch this whole thing unfold. I mean, never come back. Sound like some Russell Simmons shit.
He took the words right out of my mouth. Has he even came back to America? He's still overseas, right?
I think he dipped in. He may dip in. He never got charged, to my knowledge. He's been accused, but he's never been charged. So before they hit him with the 1-2 punch, he stepped off into the into the island and started chanting. He started chanting real fast, hard too.
Yeah. And something else. Actually, I want to play this clip. This interview with Howard Stern has since gone viral. It is an interview with Usher from about 7 years ago, 8 years ago, where Usher was talking about his experiences with Puff Daddy when he was a teenager. So I'm going to play this. It's about a minute, 10 seconds or something like that. Then I want to get your reaction on it. This is Usher on the Howard Stern Show from August 22nd, 2016.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah, that's what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's in
the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans. Jodeci, Mary J. Blige, they didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem. I had like,
what
like
a
living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?